everyone, welcome to Table Talk, our second Table Talk for NAMIC NYC chapter. I am Brittany McCarthy. I will be hosting today. I am the co-chair for the Millennials. And today we're going to all introduce ourselves and tell you our positions here on NAMIC.
Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining us today. My name is Rahdiah Barnes, and I am the president of the New York chapter of NAMIC. NAMIC is the National Association for Multi-Ethnicity and Communications.
Hi, everybody. My name is Carvel Wallace, and I'm the vice president for NAMIC New York.
Hi, everyone. I'm Michelle Hockett, and I'm the co-chair for the Millennial Committee.
Hey, everyone. My name is Marcus Gilmore, and I serve on the Millennial Committee as well.
Hey everyone, I'm Estefany Benedith and I am the chair of the social media committee.
Hello everyone, my name is Roane and I'm the marketing co-chair for NAMIC New York.
And we also have Sebastien that will be joining us soon, and he is a part of our board as well and is our camera guy. Unfortunately, we are all here being quarantined in our own places at this moment. And I guess we can start off our table talk. How is this virus affecting you all right now?
I would just have to say this is a really kind of surreal time. It's a little bit unbelievable. Of course, none of us were prepared for this, so it took us all by surprise. We all are trying to adjust and kind of make our way and make the best of the situation. But, you know, it's tough. It's been tough. We're home, where some of us are isolated. We're working from home, which might be new. We're not commuting, we're not socializing. So it's just been an adjustment. I have to say for me, it's been an adjustment. I'm making my way. I'm making sure that I stay in contact with people, make phone calls, so I don't get too isolated, but it's been a lot. It's been a lot.
And I know we're all here in New York and everyone is looking at New York because in other states, when they see the news about New York, it looks like it's The Walking Dead here. So
Right.
How are you guys feeling about that? Like I'm here in Queens, you know, the sun is shining bright. I've actually been able to go to grocery stores and it has not been crowded. There's a lot of just face masks and gloves, which I don't know how everyone's thoughts about that, but the glove thing kind of freaks me out and the face mask kind of freaks me out too a little bit. But other than that, it seems like everyone is in good spirits around here. It's not crazy at all. It's not people just falling out in the streets dying. I just want to, put that out there because we are in New York. So we just want to put the truth. This is what's going on in Queens right here. So what's going on in your part of New York?
I am in Brooklyn, and I will have to say, to your point, Brittany, it definitely is business as normal. Like the grocery stores are plentiful, everything is in there. I would say the eeriness of it is, of course, the emptiness in the streets and not hearing people and not, hearing beeping horns and all of that. But in replace of that are sirens. So, while things are kind of stable where I am, there are a lot of sirens, 24 hours almost. I've seen like an ambulance in my view from my window 4 times since Friday. So just kind of, that's kind of what makes it real. But yeah, it's interesting. I'm not from New York, so a lot of people are like, what are you doing there? Why are you still there? And you get a lot of that. You get a lot of, like you said, it's not The Walking Dead. It's definitely something to be mindful of because it's surreal. We've never experienced this in our lifetime, but yeah, we'll see how this rolls out.
Is anyone in Manhattan, Harlem? How's it doing out there?
Yeah, so being in Washington Heights and being close to Columbia Presbyterian, you hear sirens constantly. And I am very close to a park right now where they're not practicing social distancing right now. So it's like, okay, you guys are still outside playing basketball. So that's you hear the ball bouncing 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock at night still. But yeah, it's just constant sirens and it's New York. So, that's expected. But sometimes just being on conference calls and making sure, being mindful of being on mute, because I've been in a few situations now where they're hearing the siren, so being in New York, it's okay. But when you work with some clients, they don't understand that concept of the siren. So, being mindful to other people when it comes to that. So that's pretty much it. Being uptown, it's very quiet though. Stores are practicing the distancing. They only allow the store by my house, 20 people in the store, no more than 20 can come in. They have a line actually on the street where, they have the 6 feet line. So you can't be close to anybody. And yeah, everybody in the store is wearing masks and gloves. So that's pretty much what it is up here.
That's the same thing in the grocery stores too. They have that, like the X where you can stand, and then you gotta do like 6 feet behind you, which is actually kind of good. I actually like that about New York. We're so used to being on top of each other, and now we get to get some room. But I do like, what do you guys feel is the scariest thing about this virus, this epidemic that's happening right now?
I would say the scariest thing is that you could honestly have it and not even know, and then you could be spreading it to other people and not know. And also, like, you can get the symptoms 2 weeks later, so you can think you're fine, or you touch your face maybe 2 weeks ago, and then something could happen. And also, like, I know a lot of people are getting like severely ill from having like underlying conditions. So it's like you may have an underlying condition that you haven't ever been checked for, or haven't, like, especially like us in New York, like we're always constantly on the go. Like we're not, going to the doctor multiple times a year. So things could develop that we have no idea about. So it's just about like staying safe and staying away, because that's honestly what scares me.
Yeah, definitely. And just that it has the potential, like people are dying from this in, the thousands. Now it's like thousands and thousands of people have died from this, not necessarily the elderly. Now we have young babies, we have teenagers, young adults dying from the virus, and they might not necessarily have those underlying conditions. I've been hearing a lot where people were like, my husband was perfectly healthy, he was fine, a strapping 35-year-old man, and he succumbed to this. So that's what really scares me, because you don't know how it will affect you.
Yeah, I agree on that one too, because when we first started out hearing about it, it's only going to affect older people. Then it went to it's like it's not going to affect millennials. Then it's millennials, be careful because you might be the ones that are passing it around. Then we have a 4-year-old that has it. So it's like every day you hear positive, but then you hear something that's like, whoa, like even doctors now, like doctors are getting sick and dying, and nurses are dying. So it's kind of scary.
And at one time, there was a rumor that people of color, or I'm going to just say Black people, were not affected. And at the beginning, they were like, well, Black people are not getting this. We're good.
And then as soon as an NBA player got it, it was like, we're affected. It can affect us too.
Definitely.
Yeah, so guys, my cousin actually is dealing with the coronavirus right now. He's out in Queens, and he's only 25 years old. So it just goes to show you it doesn't, it has no prejudice here. It is impacting everybody. And again, my cousin is no underlying health issues. He's recovering now in self-quarantine, but it's just, keeping that in the back of your mind that it's not just affecting elderly, it's affecting everybody. So.
And I think also too, on the other side of the coronavirus, what is affecting people are dying from other illness, and they're not able to even get in the hospital or to see their doctors before time, because it's like, if it's not coronavirus, we don't want to see you. And I see that happening a lot, especially this week. 2 people that I've heard of that know of people who passed away from other illness, and it's because they weren't able to get their medication to call the doctor. The doctor can't see them, or they weren't able to go to the hospital. The hospital's like, we don't have room for this, only coronavirus, you just have to go home and drink some ginger ale or something. And it's like that's another thing where a lot of people are starting to die from too, who actually have other illnesses and need to see a medical professional about it, and it's hard right now. So I feel like this coronavirus has affected us in many, many different ways. Now, social distancing, how are you guys dealing with that? on a day-to-day? And how are you feeling that Governor Cuomo has pushed it? Well, I guess the president has pushed it to the 30th of April now.
Were we calling Cuomo president, or we were just saying president?
I would love Cuomo to be our next president. I think Cuomo,
the president.
Cuomo has shown leadership over the last 3 weeks that we've seen in this president for the last 3.5, 4 years. You know, him being on screen every day and just giving the updates and just being that comforting spirit, him and then just seeing the comedic between him and his brother, who, you know, it's a reality. His brother, Chris Cuomo, also has this virus. So it's like, okay, it's not only impacting him, it's impacting his family. And, you know, he addressed that. So, you know, the president kind of just goes on this little rant, and then he, you know, belittles the media. Every time the media asks pertinent questions, it's like you can't get a answer out of him. And if you do, it's excuse my French, a bullshit answer that we're getting. So it's like, where's the leadership there? I'm not seeing it. It's like he brings Mike Pence up, and it's like, okay, you're the president, though. You need to be addressing this. Pence comes back like a little guinea pig saying, oh, well, the president, the president
guinea pig.
Say it, like point blank. Like, this is what it is, and he's not doing that. So,
so true. So true.
Distancing is concerned, there needs to be a universal front when it comes to this. You know, there's still certain states in the South that aren't, you know, practicing the social distancing. You see what's happening in Florida, which just today announced that they were going to be doing not isolation, but being in quarantine for now, but that should have been done weeks ago. We're a little bit too late now in the game. And, you know, there's certain states in the South that still, Georgia, South Carolina, still, they haven't been practicing. I think us as New Yorkers, we've gotten used to it. So for us, it's, you know, we're there. We've been in this for over 2 weeks now. We have another 30 days. So I think as New Yorkers, you know, we're very strong. I think we're going to make it through this, but, you know,
okay, Cuomo Jr.
You can't have, I know, right? You can't have people all over the country traveling. Don't get on your Delta Spirit $35 flights, please.
Do you guys think
Michelle, we interrupted Michelle when she was
speaking? No, I was just saying that I've been practicing social distancing to a T. Like, I get my groceries delivered. Like, get my wine, my alcohol delivered. Like, I'm the millennial to the T. Like, I'm not leaving my house. Like, even going to the grocery store or even down to my mailbox, I'm just like, that could maybe wait. So like, if you do have the resources and you can use these like online services, do so. Because I mean, like, you can go outside, take a nice walk around your block and get some fresh air, but if you don't need to leave, like, don't.
Yeah. And I don't think enough people are doing that. Even though New Yorkers, we have been under quarantine, what it feels like 17 months already. What has it been, like 2 weeks, I think?
This is my 4th week.
I don't think people are really doing it. Like, I know so many people who, they go to the store 4 times a day. They go into Target. Oh, I got to go to make a Target run. They're any excuse to go out. And I'm like, you have to stay in. You have to stay in. Nobody wants to stay in and be cooped up, but you have to sit still. And until everybody does that, we're going to be stuck in the house. It's going to continue to spread because, like we mentioned, you may be a carrier and you're spreading it everywhere and you just don't know because you feel perfectly fine. Somebody that you just come in contact with who looks perfectly fine casually may spread it to you, and then you bring it home and spread it to your family. So I don't think we're doing a good enough job. And I see that maybe our leaders in New York are starting to tighten that up a little bit. They're seeing that. Cuomo said that he went out for a drive on Sunday and he saw everybody lollygagging and playing dominoes and playing basketball. So now I see that they're starting to tighten that up. But people, I don't think they're taking it as being as strict with themselves as they should be. I only go out once a week. I go out only on Fridays. I run to the grocery store, get all of my groceries that I need, all my provisions, and then I'm locked in the house for the rest of the week. And then I'll take like a little walk on that day. But I'm like Michelle, I'm sitting still. Like, I'm really trying to see this through. I want this to be over. I want it to be done.
I agree. I think I'm the same way. The only thing is that I think I actually like it. It's the problem, you know? I don't know.
Yeah,
After
this
this
is something for us introverts. If you're an introvert, we good. We all right.
good. I'm
You're
fine. I'm actually loving this. Like, let's keep this going.
It's like the perfect reason to say I can't come outside. I can't.
Staying in today.
Do you guys think it's harder to work from home than actually in the office?
Well, for me it is. For me it's hard because I like leaving work at work and home for home. Like I feel like I have a boss in my house, and it kind of feels a little weird sometimes.
Yeah.
But so I kind of like that. I like that disconnect, but at the same time, it does feel good to get up like an hour later and then just kind of opening your eyes and signing right on. But I heard that it's actually best to still continue your normal like work routine, even when you're in your house, like getting up and getting ready and showering and all that stuff. Like I heard that's what's best to do. I don't do it all the time.
Y'all lucky
but,
I put this shirt on just now. I've been in like my leggings and a little tank top for 5 days. Listen, because I am like, if I'm home, I'm home. We're gonna really be home.
I feel you.
I'm not putting on a dress.
So getting down to, I know the big thing with this social distancing is social media. Like everyone is logged on now. How do you guys feel about these challenges that are happening? So many different challenges. I know the new one, what is it? The Don't Rush challenge, I think it is.
Oh yeah.
What is that?
What is that? The one with the brush that you change.
Oh, and I'm so getting tired of listening to "Baby Come Give Me Something" on that.
They're cute. The challenges are cute, but they're starting to go a little too much.
I can deal with that one more than I can deal with the flip the switch one.
Oh, right.
Yeah. That's all I'll say.
That's too much.
What
I do like is
Would you guys do that?
Which one?
No.
The flip the switch.
Absolutely not.
Nah, hell no. I'll never do that. Never.
Does it have to be boy girl? Does it have to be like the boy switches into the girl and the girl switches to the boy? It has to be that way?
No, people have been creative. Like I saw one girl, she was in the hospital, she gave birth, she did one with her.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
That's
I didn't know how she did that. After you give birth, you don't have time.
But no, social media has been, I don't know, I feel like social media has been depressing, but at the same time enlightening, because you got like the happy memes that get you going, but then you got the bad news, and every time something bad comes out is like right on your social media. So it's like you kind of got to take a break every day, like an hour or 2, 3 hours. Put it aside one day for like a whole day, because
you have to stop scrolling. You have to give yourself some time to not scroll and look through. It's just the same thing. But I have been finding joy in just watching the producers do their battles. So tonight, I think there's one with
T-Pain.
It's one with Manny.
T-Pain.
Manny Fresh. Manny Fresh, yeah.
Yeah, Manny Fresh, yeah.
Manny Fresh is gonna win.
So I'm like, I can enjoy that, right? Like that's fun to me.
But
very
Manny
creative.
Fresh, that's gonna be a good one for sure.
Yeah, I think Neo and John Austin. Neo and they had one. That was a good one.
Oh yeah,
that was a really good one, right?
That's a tie.
What do you think about like DJ D Nice going viral?
Yes,
that was
I enjoyed it. The music is good.
That was old music where I was kind of just sitting there tapping my foot a little bit, like okay, for the millennials, we was kind of like,
after a while, but you know,
no,
I think D Nice got over like. D-Nice got almost like I think 700,000 followers in like a week.
In one day, that was amazing.
One day, the first day I looked at his channel, it was like 200,000. Then after that, it was like 800, then 900, then 1 million. I'm like, yeah, you gotta be ready to go.
Wow. He's a legend. That's a legend.
Yeah,
it can happen at any moment for anyone. Now his whole career could shift gears, just because he's changed reach like that.
Right.
I think that it's also other DJs are trying it, but it's like That formula, the formula's already gone. It's wrapped up now.
Right, it's like you're gonna be known for it.
Already
Like you're
like
gonna
a
be known for
celebrity
it.
DJ, and he already did like big brand stuff and big name stuff, White House stuff. So he was already like in there. So that kind of propelled him, of course, to go over the top. So yeah.
Has anyone been
times
watching?
like this creativity, and that was very creative of him to say, you know what, I'm going to create this house party. Everyone's home. Let me kind of capitalize on that, and it really blew up. And when I tell you, I enjoyed it. All my friends enjoyed it. We were talking about it. We were like, "Oh, meet me at DJ Nice's party. Meet me
What you
at the bar.
wearing?
I'll see you. Meet me by the bathroom." It was a good time.
I said, Ron, you coming to DJ Nice's party? No, I'll be up till 2 in the morning. Nope, I'm not doing it.
Still not showing up.
Yeah.
Has anyone been listening to quarantine radio?
No.
Quarantine radio?
Quarantine radio.
Tory Lanez.
Tory Lanez.
No, I heard about it, but
it was. I want to tell you guys it's very disturbing, so I decided to get on and see what this is all about, and it's just a lot of just girls twerking. I'm like, what is happening to social media right now?
Yeah, and he's like cash
crowd.
Oh, it's crazy. But I don't know if you guys noticed, but I noticed on my social media, like a lot of those social media celebrities or hosting people have been really quiet during this time. I know I don't see a lot of those people who are like, hosting parties or anything. I know it's quarantine time, but do you see how it's also affecting those social media celebrities as well? Because I guess that's how they get their checks, promoting things, and there's nothing to promote. So it's been like kind of dry some days. I'm like, wow, nothing's happening today.
A lot of the influencers too. There's really nothing people really not buying that much, and I'm sure they're not getting those sponsorships or those, those checks to promote products. So they've been quiet.
Yeah. It's also tone
They've been promoting Clorox.
Can't really promote now.
I've seen them promote Clorox.
Right.
Clorox. What were you saying?
With the tone deaf. It just feel like,
from that perspective, you are tone deaf if you're promoting certain businesses or services right now.
Right.
They don't fit into our lifestyle and what the climate is of the world. So I feel like a lot of influencers, their products don't facilitate.
Like Fashion Nova, it's not.
Yeah, I mean, you can sit in a house with a fit, but one thing I will say, like if you are a brand with the product, deeply discount, your merchandise right now because
everything is discount. Everything you can get anything and everything.
Yes, it's amazing, but tone deaf. Like I think Shade Room or like some of the blogs when they post just regular celebrity stuff, it's like, what are you on another planet? Do you not know what's going on? Like. It's
like and people comment. They're like, nobody cares about this right now.
Yeah.
But sometimes it is good to get away from just hearing about coronavirus all day. Like sometimes I'll scroll through the Shade Room just to see, okay, what else is going on in the world besides just this, just this virus. It's just get a break. I mean, for me, like I try to stay away from social media, like not be on it all day. I think for me personally, being from home, I've been using a website, and I recommend this to you guys. It's called Coursera.com. I told a few people about it, where you can actually do coursework online and actually get certificates for it. So stress people to utilize that, and it's free. That
I'm taking a course now, actually.
Languages, it's free. They're definitely coming up now. So, utilize that to your advantage, especially from a career perspective.
Definitely.
Okay.
Yeah, I started a course last week, actually. So I've been just trying to stay on it as much as possible. So it's good for you.
Go, Marcus. Okay. So what do you guys think you're going to learn at the end of this? What have you learned? Or will you think you will learn from this experiment?
How to control your thoughts.
No.
How to control your thoughts, how to control, or just how to master yourself, how to master awareness, what you bring attention to, how you take care of yourself, how, just all about yourself, especially those of us who may live alone. Like, it's kind of like an experiment to see how, you'll persevere, because, God will, and most of us, God will make it to the other side of this. It's about like how we let our minds wander and how we like really take care of ourselves for the most part.
I would say
definitely like this.
Sorry, go ahead, Marcus.
No, go ahead.
Maybe.
I was just gonna say, it also like helps you appreciate your loved ones and people that you have around you more. One thing that I know is that every time I hear somebody say like I lost a family member or I lost someone that I know, it kind of always makes me reflect back on maybe you was going through something bad with a family member or a friend or whatever, but now you have time to reflect. So it's been a lot of reflecting.
Yes.
I would say definitely. Now it's my turn. I would definitely say like discipline, sticking to a morning routine, sticking to an evening routine, disciplining myself on not going to get snacks. Like I
need to learn
that part.
I went to a box of cookies and Cheez-Its. Like I love Cheez-Its, and so now I don't have any. I have to wait till I go to the grocery store to get some. But it's like, and that's just a small thing. But like, I started trying to do yoga just every 3 or 4 days. Like, go ahead and just knock it out and just try. But I think discipline and just trying new stuff again. I'm staying by myself because my roommates left. So it's kind of like, all right, I got to find things to fill my time while I'm at home.
Yeah, piggyback off Marcus. I think maintaining a regimen is really important because before this, like I definitely had my gym and music and all that stuff, and then I didn't want any of that to stop just because outside is off limits. So like trying to like get creative and doing everything in the house, and also like before this, I was always crazy busy. I wasn't home that much, so like my wife wasn't. She was kind of complaining about that, like you're not home as much, And now we get to have that home time, and so we get to be with each other more. And I just noticed that she's happy and all that. So I see some good that comes like out of this, because I'm not as busy, but I still try to keep up with my natural regiments and my natural routine, just to so when this is all said and done, whenever that's going to be, we could just hop right back into the swing of things. Like this whole thing didn't happen. So if you're working on your body, stay on it. Watch what you're eating. Like the whole snacks thing, that's real. Like you'll eat out of boredom. Like it'll happen.
Definitely.
So
definitely.
I'm trying to just maintain that like the best I can. I think that's the best that could come out of this.
I totally agree. So now,
and I just feel very, very grateful. I'm very proud of myself on how I'm handling this. This is a lot of pressure, and it's a scary situation. And I just feel very proud of myself how I'm able to kind of sail through this and try to be a support to others as well. And I'm just very grateful. A lot of people have lost their jobs. They do not have the benefit of working from home. They don't know how they're going to pay their rent. They don't know how they're going to buy groceries. So I feel very grateful that I am able to kind of do this isolation and this quarantine kind of comfortable. If I feel like ordering something to eat tonight, I'll go ahead and order. And then tomorrow I'll log onto my laptop and work. And then Friday my paycheck will come in and I can pay my rent. So I can do this. We can do this. We are blessed, and we're in a pretty decent position, even though I know this is very hard and this is very difficult, but we will get through this.
So we just ended the whole month of March, and I feel like the coronavirus is just taking over what March is all about. It's Women's History Month, and I don't know about you guys, but I haven't seen anything about women's history because Corona just came over and just took over everything. So we can just discuss a little bit and give some celebration and life to Women's History Month. We know it's been a whole 31 days that just passed, and we weren't able to really experience and learn new things. So do you guys know of any women leaders that you would like to just give a shout out right now about?
Really? Okay. like a shameless plug. I was recently featured by my company Curaleaf on LinkedIn.
Nice.
Yes.
Yes.
The end of Women's History Month, and it's really to highlight the women of Curaleaf. But yeah, I actually was interviewed by Cuomo's daughter, who does PR. But yeah, if you could like and or comment on that on LinkedIn, that would be great. But yeah, they interviewed me to talk about like Blacks in cannabis and marketing in cannabis and the things like that, and to just highlight more. So I'm definitely looking to highlight more women. I highlighted 5 women at my company in social media and content throughout the month of March. So to your point, Brittany, yes, Corona took it over. But you know, we make it happen every day. So hopefully we can make it more happen in April, because the year is just getting started.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay.
And I know on our NAMIC page, we have honored a few different women. Estefany, I know that you've been posting. Is there any of them that really caught your eye?
I would say all of them. They've all worked with us throughout the year, last year, and they've been great partners, and they've been doing a lot of good things. Miss Jessie is known for curls and natural hair, and then we have Crystal, who's a big partner for us and has been working along with us for a while. So I feel like we had so many other women to name, but then Corona kind of like dampened our social media mode. But we've also gave a shout out to our NAMIC presidents, which included Rahdiah, and I think that was awesome to just show normal people, day-to-day 9-to-5 workers and entrepreneurs that are women in business, not just celebrities.
Yeah.
What do you think we can do going forward to educate and celebrate more women that are doing really well every day? And I know it's kind of hard because we really don't hear about a lot of women. I know for me, it's usually during March. So I wait till March to see what's new. But what could we do now that it's April to really continue to educate our community about women?
I mean, with April, what we could do, since it's Diversity Month, we can talk about different women in diversity, not only women, but men, but also just showing the different cultures and what different women of culture are doing. So with Diversity Month, we can make it any way we can and just keep dedicating our time and showcasing different talented women and what they got going on a day-to-day or monthly.
And Estefany, where can they find all of these NAMIC posting of women?
They can find it at our Instagram at NAMIC_NY. And they can also check Facebook. We are also on LinkedIn and Twitter. Twitter is NAMIC NY, no underscore.
Do you guys know of any women's businesses, women business owners, or businesses that are out there that we should also shout out that people could really look into, especially right now during this time, to kind of support our local and small businesses?
I mean, there's many. There's one, a travel group that I actually go on some of my trips out of the country. Her name is Jada Davis, and her travel company is called Global Intent, and we are going to Brazil during Christmas. It's a group of like 15 to 20 people, but
Is it too late?
The info.
no, they just started taking people. So, but you do a tour. It's guided tour the entire time. But we also do like charity work while we're there. We went to Colombia. That was my first trip with them, and it was really good. So, Jada Davis with Global Intent is one of my businesses that I want to shout out. There's so many more, but
make sure you tell that to us as well, because you might not be the only one going to Brazil.
Oh, all right.
I have a shout out, so I'll shout out. I just came on board with Mogul Millennial, so I'll give a shout out to Brittany Hunter. She is the founder and CEO of Mogul Millennial, and I think that is a great opportunity for entrepreneurs and business owners that want to showcase their talent. So, you know, guys, if you ever want to be on Mogul Millennial's website, holla at me.
Oh, that's cute. And I'll just do a quick shout out to the McBride Sisters Wine, since we mentioned wine a little bit earlier. This beautiful wine is it's founded and owned by 2 Black women, and the wine is really good. So you could check them out. They have a nice rosé. It's really great.
Nice. We like to drink.
Mm-hmm.
For me, guys, Terry Johnson, who I met maybe about a month and a half ago. She's the founder of Harlem Candle Company. Her candles are very good. They smell amazing. So check them out. They're on Instagram, Facebook, the whole nine.
That sounds amazing. Well, guys, we have wrapped up Table Talk. But before we go, I would like to give this moment to Rahdiah and Carvel if there's any up and coming things that are happening for NAMIC that the people should know about.
Sure. So, of course, we had to revamp our programming. We're doing everything online now. We have set up some great webinars for April and May. Our April programming starts on April 2nd with a webinar that will discuss the stimulus package and how it will affect you. So everybody knows that the stimulus package will be giving everyone checks. I think it's $1,200, but there's also other things in that package, small business loans, unemployment benefits. So there's different little things in there that we need to dig into to find out how that package can really benefit us and how we can maximize that. And then we have a 3-part series with Jay-Z Patria, and he'll be talking about some ways to navigate your career, and how to really get acclimated with yourself during this kind of difficult time. We also have an entrepreneurship webinar with Jay Alexander next week, the founder of FUBU, one of the founders of FUBU. We have Crystal Berger, who will be talking about pivoting with your purpose. So we have a lot of things set up. I won't go through the whole lineup, but we have about 7 or 8 great webinars for April. And then in May, we have some great wellness webinars that we'll be talking about just how to mentally get through and over this quarantine. So we have a lot of great things set up. So please check us out on Instagram. You can find the links in our link tree on how to register. Anything, Carvel?
Yeah, for me, I'll discuss membership really quickly. So if you guys aren't members out there, you can always go to our website, namic.com/join to sign up. And you can also check out the local page, namicnewyork.com, where you can find out more about what we're doing and chapter happenings. And then also make sure you check out all of our social media, especially now our YouTube page. Can't even say it. Like, subscribe, and share. And that's all that I have on my side.
Well, thank you all for listening and joining us for our Table Talk. We will be back again, hopefully next month, with some more issues that are happening, and we'll talk about it. And we would love to get you guys feedback as well. So if you guys could comment below,
please comment. Let us know.
Comment. Let us know.
And in person next time.
Yeah, hopefully in person. That would be awesome.
That would be nice. Oh God.
April 30th.
Manifest it. This is the year of manifestation. Let's manifest it.
Oh yes.
All together drinking wine somewhere.
And that team is definitely working right now. Now we have the time to really sit and manifest.
Right.
All right. Thank you guys so much. We'll see you guys soon.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
All right. Take care, everybody.
Bye.
Good night, guys.